So Navy is going to receive. Actually, they're going to have the ball first. There is no actual kickoff in flag football. They'll start on the 14-yard line at the line of scrimmage. And the captain's shaking hands there, getting ready to play. It looks like we're going to have the 15-minute quarters instead of 12 minutes. 15-minute quarters. Again, running clock until the last 2 minutes of each half. Navy will have the ball on their own 14-yard line to start the game. Again, this is the 19th meeting between these two teams. And Navy leads in this series 12-6, so Army has a lot of incentive here to play well and see if they can pick up a win, close that gap a little bit. Looks like the Army players are jazzed up, ready to go. Out here earlier this morning, warming up, practicing again, getting ready for this game. They're out here yesterday when we were setting up as well. I understand the teams had a banquet last night, spent some time together at dinner. Get a chance to know each other a little bit probably. Again, a beautiful day here for a flag football game. At least it's dry. There's no wind. A little bit cool, but it'd be perfect weather probably for the athletes as they're exercising and playing on the field. Get warmed up, but not too warm in this case. Both teams now taking the field. You'll notice that each player has 3 flags on, one on each hip and one on the back. By rule, those flags must be in place for them to be on the field. Listening to some of the conversation between one of the officials and the Army players on the sideline. Our parabolic mic operator or handler is Jeff and Dela Cruz, right at the 50-yard line and right on the side of the field there by the Army football team. So we're picking up some really great sounds there from the players themselves. Actually they do have a kickoff on this. So in this particular game, they've decided on rules that allowed kickoffs. Yes. Ball is taken deep in Navy territory and run out to about the 24-yard line by the ball carrier there, where he is deflagged. That was Corey Chapman, number 1 on the return. So there are some different rules from what I was reading about in terms of flag football that they have implemented here today. We do have a running clock, so it started at 15 minutes. It's now moving, even though we would be used to, in most cases, seeing the clock stopped in this situation. Navy players are huddling. Now break the huddle. I believe that everybody in the line of scrimmage is eligible receiver. There's the snap. It's a pass out to the left-hand side. Number 88 with the reception. Makes it up to about the 32-yard line before he is deflagged there. Jerome Tiller on the reception for Navy.
Hey, what's the flag?
And again, they're trying to make their way up here to the 40-yard line for a first down. It's not a standard 1st and 10 that we get used to. But they, in this case, need to get to the 40-yard line, even though they started at about the 26 or so, something like that. They gained a couple of yards on that play. They still need to get to the 40-yard line for the first down, if I'm reading my rules correctly. There's the snap. It's a big rush, but he runs by him. Now a man coming after him, and he deflags him right at about the 32, so no gain on the play.
Yes, sir.
Brings down to 3rd down. for Navy.
Let's go.
We're looking here again. They're trying to get up to the 40-yard line, I believe. So they have about 7 yards to go to make it to the 40. Clock is running. 12 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Just underway here at Cowan Stadium. Joint base Lewis McCord. There's the snap. Number 3 passes it. It's a backwards pass. Number 88 is going to be deflagged on a loss back to the 17-yard line. So it was a backwards pass back to Tiller. Tiller looked downfield, but he had no chance as the Army defense was coming in strong, and we're able to pull his flag back there. So it's now 4th down and a long ways to go. So probably here, I would assume, a punt for Navy. The punt is a little bit different as well. The opposing team is not allowed to rush on the punt, so the punter has enough time to relax and kick the ball. They cannot delay. They can't just hold the ball and let time run down, but they are not under the pressure of a rush. There is the snap. Everybody stands still, and there's the kick, and off they go. Not a strong kick. It hits at about the 42. It's picked up by number 4, who's deflagged at about the 41-yard line. So Army will now take possession of the ball on the Navy. Let's see where they are. They move the ball up because of the it's a long field, so they're just going to move it up 20 yards. So that's how they're going to do it here. It's going to be really it's first and 1, I believe, if I'm interpreting this correctly, and we shall see. If they gain 1 yard to the 20-yard line, they should get another first down, but we'll see. Here comes a rush. It's a toss inside, and the carrier is deflagged at about the 21, so it'd be no gain on the play. A nice defensive play there by the Navy team. We'll see that on a replay here. Number 15 lays out, grabs the flag, and he's down right there. Great defensive play there by the Navy defense. That's Dante J. Now we have a penalty. So it looks like it's going to be against Army. Oh, it's against Navy. There is a 1 yard. There's a 1 yard. Now we have the referees throwing another penalty flag. There's a 1 yard separation at the line of scrimmage between the nose of the ball and the defensive players. It's a little bit different as well. Players are not allowed to be in that 1 yard. This time we have a motion penalty against Navy. That drops them back 5 yards, so they give back the 5 yards. And however, they still need to get to the goal line here, so they cannot make a first down if they go to the 20, since this series of downs started inside the 20. So it's first and goal from the 22. Again, a strong rush and a nice pass into the end zone to number 1 for the Army touchdown with 9 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Stephen Ellum was a receiver on that. Got loose in the back corner of the end zone, and a nice pass there from the quarterback for Army gives them a 6-0 lead. Now, the Army has an option here of taking the ball at the 3 yard line, or at the 10 yard line, or at the 20 yard line. And where they start this play from will depend on how many points they'll get for the point after. Now, this may be different. They may be able to kick it here instead of running the play. And it looks like that's what they're going to do, is they're going to kick for the point after attempt, which will be a 1 point score if it's good. Again, no rushing. And the kick is up and good. So there we have a 7-0 lead in favor of Army. And with that, we're going to take a break and be right back after these messages.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Okay, we're back here at the kickoff. They don't take a lot of time in between here, and we planned more time than they had available. On the kickoff, the Navy takes it, number 21, up to about the 40-yard line, where he's deflagged there, so nice run back for Navy. Army now on the lead here, 7-0 at Cowan Stadium. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. We have a chance here to see this kickoff. So number 21 takes it. He's got a nice return, finds an opening up the middle, and brings it back to the left-hand side where he's deflagged there at about the 41-yard line. Navy has a ball, 1st and 10. No, actually, 1st and whatever it is to the next yard marker. Got to get used to that. Nice reception, and the ball carrier's tagged down there. Looks like we have an injury for one of the Army players. Number 22's hobbling a little bit coming off the field. Was in on that play defensively.
Do have a penalty on the field. No, they're waving off the flag. Waving no penalty.
Here's a So second down and about 7 yards to go here. They need to get to the 40-yard line for their first down. One player in the back with the quarterback, fake to the left on the pass. He dodges away from one of the Navy defenders, able to get the pass off. The reception is made by number 7. It was taken down by number 2 from Army at about the 52-yard line. 52-yard line. No such thing in football, is there? And especially in this game. So it looks like it's about 3rd down and 8 yards to go to the 40-yard line, which would give them a first down. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Running clock again, so it's going to go by quickly. There's a snap back. Everybody drops back in coverage. Quarterback is looking. He goes long to the left, and he finds number 9, who makes the reception, makes a spin move, but he's taken down by number 29 for Army.
First down.
You'll see that on replay here. Lots of time, of course, nobody rushing the quarterback. Pass out to number 9, makes the reception. And watch how he kind of spins here. He hopes to kind of get away from people trying to grab his flag. It's first down, and now they have about 10 yards to go to the next first down marker, which would be the 20-yard line. One man in the backfield with the quarterback. Has the reception, or the snap. He now passes the ball out, trying to get to number 6, but it's a little bit off target as he was under heavy pressure. And again, spinning around to try to get people to miss his flag. And he threw that a little bit to the left of his receiver, who could not reach out and get it. So that'll be second down, and 10 yards to go for the 20. Luvano is the quarterback. That's Ramiro Luvano, number 3 for Navy, by himself in the backfield. Got lots of people up there on the line of scrimmage. Low snap, ball hits the ground, and that is immediately a dead ball. And that is a loss of about 7 yards or so for Navy. It'd be a loss of 4 yards for Navy. That brings up
Loss of about 3 yards. That brings up a third down. Maybe must get to the 20-yard line to get a first down.
I'm looking at the scoreboard and it says first down. I'm not sure that's correct. Number 3 with a pass out to the left. That one goes out of bounds, a little bit wide of number 88, Jerome Tiller, who has made a couple receptions here so far today. Not that one, though. Brings up 4th down now. So Navy has the decision to make. They're at the 34-yard line. So looks like they may decide to go for it here. 4th down. They're trailing in the game 7-0 to the Army team. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Luvano giving instructions to one of his teammates there, sends him up to the line, stands in the backfield by himself. Now rolling out to the right, the ball is up, and it's going to be out of bounds, I believe, and incomplete. So that will be a turnover on downs for the Navy, and Army will get the ball back. Got a replay on that. You see Luvano rolling out to the right, and then he gets the ball up. It's going to go, I think, wide out of bounds, and of course off the hands there of number 11, who is the intended receiver. That would be Keenan Thomas. Army football, first down, and looks like about 6 yards to go for a first down. And it's going to be a run by the quarterback, but he's deflagged right there at the line of scrimmage. Puts the ball back at the 30. Well, they're going to spot it at about the 35-yard line. The nose of the football is there. Just under a minute now in the first quarter. As I said, this running clock, these games can go fairly quickly. Army on their second possession, this time deep in, in Navy territory, let's put it that way. 14 now, fakes the pitch out, and he's going to be deflagged after a loss of 1 yard on that play. Fine play made by number 20 for Navy. And that would be DeAndre Tyron making a good defensive play and dropping the quarterback there for a loss of about 1 yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 again to the first down marker. Just under 15 seconds left now. Quarterback drops back, and that ball is knocked down again by number 20, DeAndre Tyron. Another nice defensive play there. So this series has gone pretty quickly. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, and we're going to be back after these messages.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate.
All right, we started the second quarter here. Army just kicked off. Oh, actually, they just punted. Sorry, they just punted. We'll see then a replay here. It turns out it was not the greatest of all punts. And here it is. This is their punt. Of course, nobody rushes the punter, but he kind of kicks it off the side of his foot, goes high up in the air, but comes down. A very short kick, returned back up to about the 45-yard line. Navy has it 1st and 10. Luvano now passes out to number 5, where he makes a reception at the 48-yard line of Army and is immediately deflagged at that point. So he's got about 8 yards to go for the next first down. Just into the start of the second quarter, Army is leading in this game 7-0. Luvano now fakes and passes downfield. The wide open receiver who evades a defender, but now is going to be taken down at about the 27-yard line or so of Navy. He was wide open out there. Ramiro Luvano is showing a nice solid arm here. Got a replay. We're not going to get the replay because of the fact that Navy has lined up so quickly and is ready to run another play. So they're pushing the tempo here a little bit. Luvano now runs up the middle. He's still got his flags. Tries to evade a couple, what do you call them, flaggers? Deflaggers? Not tacklers, because we're not tackling in this game. With a nice gain on the part of the Navy quarterback. We've got it looks like a set of flags down on the field. Not a referee flag, but a player flag. But apparently everybody's got their flags and they're out there playing. Luvano now ready to take the snap. There it is. He again is going to step up, and now he's going to have the reception, and he spins his way into the end zone. This is number 88. Who scores a touchdown, and I think that there's a penalty flag on the play, but I think that's going to be on Army for trying to impede the progress or hold back the ball carrier in an effort to pull the flag. That's what I think this is going to be. I think the touchdown is going to stand. Maybe I'm wrong, but we shall see.
Illegal restraint, number 8 on the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
There you go. So it was what they call an illegal restraint. You don't hear that call in tackle football, but the player tried to hold him back physically so he could get a hold of his flag. And that's against the rules here in flag football, so that is a penalty, and the touchdown does stand for Navy. They just marched right down the field on this drive to score the touchdown. They will now attempt from the 3-yard line a point after, and they are going to run or pass this in. It's going to be a pass into the end zone, and another one to number 88 is going to give them a 2-point conversion. Notice he holds his hands up, and the referee then will pull his flag. That's to ensure that the flag was not illegally attached and could not be pulled off. So there we have 7-7. We will take a quick break here.
Thank you. Did you see anyone's broccoli? You moved it. Thanks for helping us. No problem. These strawberries? You're welcome.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
All right, set here, 10 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half. Again, it's a running clock, so it's constantly moving until the last 2 minutes of each half. Navy has just raced down the field and scored a touchdown and tied the score here with against the Army team, and that would be correct. It's 7-7. They ran that play from the 3-yard line for a single point. Navy with the kickoff. It's a bouncer. It hits the Army player, who then grabs it and falls onto the turf. So number 21 there for Army with that kickoff reception. That would be Michael Barber for the Army. Army now takes over again for their third possession of the game. They had their first possession was from pretty deep in Navy territory. They were able to take the ball into the end zone to take a 7-0 lead, and Navy came right back down the field this last possession and scored. Army now dropping back, and that quarterback is going to be deflagged. Seeing a big loss there for the Army team. We have a replay coming of that. You see he has really nowhere to go. Number 31 in on him right away, and that's Jamel Seaback. There's the snap. Quarterback looking, steps up, and he's going to be again taken down. It looks like easy pickings here for the Navy team. They're just blasting through there and grabbing the flag right off the quarterback. And number 14 has no time at all to look for a receiver or get set up. Army's calling a timeout here. They want to talk about some things, probably in terms of protecting their quarterback. That does stop the clock, so the clock does stop during timeouts. It does not stop after touchdowns, so they're very quick about getting the ball back into play because that's game time that's rolling off the clock. Number 14 is Gavin Frydenberg. He's the quarterback for the Army team, and he has just not had any time to step back and take a look at the field before the Navy defenders are in on him and pulling his flag. So he's had very few opportunities to get the ball off. One time he did get it, managed to throw the ball, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and batted down. So it's been a pretty tough go here for the Navy for the Army team here the last couple possessions. Navy's defense is playing very strong here in the second quarter. Just a hint of sunshine through the high overcast. It's a beautiful day for football again. Number 14 now has a second or two, and nearly throws an interception. It's right in the hands of number 39 for Navy. See if I can find who that is. I have a 39, but it is. It's Andrico Roll, who had that ball in his hands and could not hang on to it. I think it was a little bit of a surprise because the Army defender went way up to get it, and I think he may have tipped it a little bit. We have a personal foul penalty now against Navy as they apparently hit the quarterback after the passing play, so that will bring up an automatic first. I don't know what that will bring up actually. It looks like they have about 4 yards to go for the first down. They need to make it to the 40-yard line on this for the first down. There's a man jumping offside, or yes, it looks like it's encroachment against Navy. Navy's claiming that somebody on the offensive line moved, but the Navy player stepped into the neutral zone, which really is a neutral zone here. There's a 1 yard separation between the nose of the football and then the defensive line. They cannot go into that space. Here's the snap, and they come after him. It's a little screen play to number 21. He's going to get across the 40 up to the 45-yard line before he's deflagged there. That's going to bring up a first down for Army. So a quick little screen play over the top as the Navy defense has been coming in just so quickly. They let him come through a little bit and then had the receiver out just behind them. He was able to make it up the field for the first down. Nice play there for Army. And there's another whistle and a penalty. This is a motion penalty against the Army team. That's going to move them back 5 yards. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Score is tied 7-7 here in this 19th meeting between these Northwest Army Navy flag football teams. Gavin Frydenberg again is the quarterback for the Army team.
Double stakes, meaning you have to go across.
Frydenberg claps his hands, receives a snap, another heavy pressure, and the pass is completed out to the right-hand side, but number 10 for Navy is right there. That's Jacoby Rodriguez right there to pull the flag of the receiver. Reception was made by, see that number, looks like number 15 for the Army. And it looks like Tokiba Huey. And a quick replay on that last reception there. And Huey's out there making the catch, but immediately having his flag pulled. 20 yards to go here for the first down. Frydenberg now stepping up, looking down deep. Nice pass to number 3. Makes the reception. He's going to be taken down at about the 30-yard line, but that's going to be about a 30-yard gain, 31-yard gain for Army on a nice pass by Frydenberg, but we do have a penalty on the play. It's a holding penalty against Army, so that's gonna negate the play. They're gonna bring it back, add on 10 yards, and play third down again. What a big penalty that was, because Frydenberg hit number 3 way out there. It was Travis Dunn on a nice pass play, but unfortunately, holding penalty will bring that back. Third down now, and about 30 yards to go for the first down, as they need to reach the Navy 40-yard line for the first down. Again, Navy is just bringing lots of pressure. This time they have 3 men on the line of scrimmage and bringing more up. So let's see if they're going to come or if they're going to go downfield. Frydenberg on the run now. He's going to get some blocking and protection, makes a completion out to number 15, who's going to be taken down right there at about the 36-yard line. So well short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down for Army. 4 minutes now left in the second quarter. A replay on that pass play by our crew in the truck. You see Frydenberg running out to his left. He's going to be able to toss this out there to number 15, but not a lot of room for him to go, and he's just trying to find some space so that people can't grab his flag, and that did not happen on that play. So we have a punt here now by the Army team. Navy lining up to receive that, and again, no rushing on the punt, so you don't have any of the defensive players on the line of scrimmage. Offensive players must wait until the punt is made. And there it is. Now they can take off downfield. Much better punt than the last one. It's taken at the 30-yard line by the Navy player. He's running downfield. He's going to be taken down at about the 47-yard line or so there of Navy. So they have a half a field to go for their end zone and take over here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Now when we get to 2 minutes, the clock will be stopped. It'll be managed at that point in time. At this point, it's just a running clock. Navy now setting up in their offense. It's a backwards pass, but number 21 is going to keep that. There's going to be a penalty on this play. They're still trying to pull his flag. They finally pull it out to about the 34-yard line. There's a penalty way in the back. It's going to be a holding call against Navy, and that's going to bring this nice play back for Navy. The clock does stop as something has happened. We'll find out what that is for you here in a second. It is a holding call against Navy.
Penalty from the previous block. Replay first down. Subsequently, we have a timeout. Navy.
You can probably hear that clearly. It is a timeout for Navy after the penalty, so we'll come back. It'll be first down. And about, 15 yards, 20 yards or so for their next first down. That's what their goal is. They're trying to get to the 40-yard line of Army for their first down. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first half. And Navy called this timeout to stop the clock to buy themselves a little bit more time here to run this drive. Again, when we get to 2 minutes, the clock will be managed. It'll be more like what we're normally used to seeing with tackle football. But at this point, we're in a running clock. So they stopped the clock here to give themselves a little bit more time on this drive. 7-7. Been a very competitive game so far. Navy has been able to move the ball, it seems, kind of at will. Army had a short drive that they were able to take into the end zone, and then they have struggled since that point with a very aggressive Navy defense. All right, here we go. About ready to resume play. Lobano is trying to get away, and he's going to be taken down at the 35-yard line by number 9 for Army. Let's see if we can find out who that is. Number 9. It's Quentin Spears, looks like, for Army. Lobano now, one man in the backfield with him to give some protection, and the referees, the officials are going to call a it's a 2-minute warning is what it is, I think. I think there's a 2-minute warning in this game. So the team's going to huddle together momentarily here. It is Navy ball. It's first down and I think about 26 yards to go. They need to get to the Army 40 in this series in order to earn another first down. Army, it looks like they're rushing 2 players. Everybody else is dropping back into coverage. So they're not putting as much pressure on the quarterback as the Navy does, but there's a nice strong rush by number 10 and almost get to him, but the pass is completed to number 88, who's going to make it down to the 40-yard line, actually about just short of the 40-yard line. We have a timeout by Navy. The ball is placed just across the 40-yard line, so that should bring up a first down for the Navy team. 1 minute and 46 seconds on the clock at this timeout. Nope, now we wind the clock. Or we start. He wants the. Okay, because it was a reception, that's why. Here we go, Navy snaps it back. Levano looks downfield. He looked down at his flag to see if he still had him. And number 88 makes yet another amazing catch. That's Jerome Tiller with the catch, but he's going to come up short of the touchdown. He claims that he was in, but I think if we saw this on a replay, we would see that obviously here it is. Obviously his flags are off before he gets into the end zone. You can see right there his flags come off and now he's in the end zone, so I think that was probably a pretty good call. It is first and goal to go for Navy right at about the 2-yard line. Ball goes over his head, touches the ground at the 19 or 18-yard line. So that is going to stop play. And Navy's going to call, I'm looking, a timeout.
Timeout.
There it is, Navy's timeout. They'll have the ball first and goal now at their 19 as the ball went directly over the head of the quarterback, Ramiro Levano, and touch the ground. So anytime the ball touches the ground, it's the play is dead at that point. 54.6 seconds left. The score is tied at 7 between the Army and the Navy here at Cowan Stadium at JBLM, the annual Army-Navy flag football game. We will have an extended halftime here, about a 20-minute halftime. I believe there'll be some activities going on the field, and we'll have some special presentations for you here on the College Division halftime period. Again, I can't believe how beautiful it is here, and looking across the field and seeing Matt Rainier just off into the distance, and it's beautiful white with a little bit of sunlight on it, and it's just gorgeous. 7-7 Army-Navy football on the Army 19-yard line. Threatening, they were at 2, but snapped the ball over the quarterback's head and had a loss on that. Now the quarterback draws the Army defense offsides. They're going to get 5 yards back for free and no time off the clock, so huge benefit there for the Navy team as they drew Army off. Number 9 and 10 for Army both jumped off sides at the same time. Gave the 5 yards back. There's a snap, a pass out to the left-hand side. It's received by number 21, who gets away, and he's into the end zone. Interesting, his flag fell off before I guess after he got to the end zone. So he was able to get by about 2 Army defenders. We'll see that on the replay coming up here shortly. He's going to work his way by a couple Army defenders. There's one right there, and there's the other one right there, and then his flags come off. That's really interesting. that's a tough call, I think, because his flag seemed to come off, but maybe it's because the defender did not have them in his hand that they called that a touchdown. It is a touchdown. It's 13-7 right now. 46.8 seconds left in the quarter, and Navy's going for the point after attempt here. Lovano now drops back, and he's looking, he's running, he finds a man wide open in the end zone who makes the reception, and that is the conversion, successful conversion for the Navy team. Gives them the lead here going into halftime. 46 seconds left. I guess I shouldn't make any assumptions here. That they have the lead right now just before halftime, let me put it that way. So they were able to move the ball down the field, overcome a couple penalties, and of course the loss on the ball that was snapped over the quarterback's head, and take now a 14-7 lead over Navy. There's a beautiful picture of Mount Rainier there in the distance. See how gorgeous that is with the sun shining off of it just a little bit. Not terribly bright out here today. It's got a high overcast, which is keeping things quite muted actually. So you don't see a lot of shadows going on, but sure looks beautiful on the mountain in the distance. Nice camera work by our crew here from Bates Technical College, putting this show together for you for College Vision. Actually, we're doing this also for the Army and the Navy, so that they have a record of their activities here this afternoon. Kickoff is taken by number 5 for the Army. He's going to be taken down at about the 27-yard line or so. And it will be first and whatever for Army. I say first and whatever. I'm getting used to this. They have to make it to the 40-yard line in order to get a first down. So wherever they start their drive, they need to go to the next marker, and that could be as many as 20 yards away. There's a replay there, number 5 trying to find a way through, and you can see his flags come off at that point. Here we go, Army drops back, quarterback rolls out, hits it past the number 15, who makes a nice move there to get away from the defender. His flag is then pulled. And Army is calling a timeout now. Number 15 there for Army is, see if I can find his number. We have the numbers, but they're all out of order, so we have to kind of sort through them and find them. And there he is. It's Tokiba Huey again. We've called his name once before, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names, but our Army player out there made a nice move to avoid a Navy defender before he was taken down. So it looks like we got should be second down and 2, I believe. Need to get to the 40-yard line. 23 seconds left in the half. Referee says you may now play. Here they go. Here's the snap. And the quarterback is under serious pressure. He evades the defender, makes the pass, but that's going to fall incomplete. And it's going to be second down, and it should be about third down and 2, actually, something like that. 18.4 seconds left to go here in the first half. Navy now in the lead, 14-7. They lead in the series, 12-6. And the Army's trying to come back and get a win in the series to make it a little closer. So pretty much a domination by the Navy team in this series. Again, the pass is complete to number 11, and he gets away from one defender, but he's taken down pretty quickly after that by another one right at the 50-yard line, midfield here. 10.6 seconds left in the quarter. And Army, I assume, has called another timeout. I think they're hoping to get a shot or 2 into the end zone here before halftime. They trail in this game 14-7 now. They had the early lead at 7-0, but Navy has come back and scored 2 touchdowns since then to take the 14-7 lead. Frydenberg at quarterback for the Army. Again, just about a little over 10 seconds left in the half, so not a lot of time for Army to accomplish what they want to do here. There's the snap, and he's under serious pressure. He's going to be taken down, and that hurts a lot. And I think that's going to bring the half to a close as the clock continues to tick all the way down to 0. And there we are at halftime of our Army-Navy football game. And we're going to take a break and be right back after these messages.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals, but I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
We have a look here at our live truck down in the back of the stadium here. Students working as a TD and a CG operator and director, and our engineers down there, also our media operator, our replay operator, audio operator, all working in the truck. And you had a chance there to see inside of our truck. And that's an old 1977 video remote production truck that was remodeled about 2 years ago and updated, so it's got some newer equipment in it, even though it's an old chassis. But we love taking it out to football games and other events that we can take it out to. We do high school football. Obviously we're doing this football game this year here at JBLM, and looking forward to using it some more early next year, maybe do some soccer or something like that on the high school level. And that's all part of the broadcast and video production program at Bates Technical College. And these are broadcast and video production students. And we're getting close to the end of our fall quarter. Great time to come in and register and enroll into classes at Bates Technical College, as the winter quarter will start on January 2nd, I believe, of 2019, which is just around the corner. So great opportunity for you to look into that. And there are other programs that Bates Technical College has available to you, and that will meet a lot of your interests and your career goals. If you're looking to start a career or change careers, come and talk to Bates Technical College and see what's there for you. We are out here today at Cowan Stadium, again, just in the halftime of the Army-Navy football game. And people are coming down from, Bangor or Silverdale, Paulsbo, up in that area for the Navy. And then, of course, the soldiers here at Joint Base Lewis McChord getting together in the 19th annual Army-Navy flag football game here. Navy leads that series 12-6. Again, Army is playing hard this afternoon, trailing in this one 14-7. And a beautiful afternoon for football. Not a lot of fans in the stands, but that's all right. Just fun to be out here playing the game and competing and being able to challenge themselves and each other, I'm fairly certain. We're going to break away again here. We have a feature little clip for you from Bates Technical College and College Vision. We'll be right back after you enjoy this.
Graduated high school in 1985. Little town called Harvey, Louisiana, West Jefferson High School. Things didn't work out too good. I thought I was probably gonna get a scholarship, and I didn't. So my mom was, you need to get a job, you need to do this, and we had a little bumping heads and stuff. So I didn't really know what to do. I didn't have no plan. So I went to my good old Army recruiter, and I told him I just want to, I need to do something. And he offered me military police, all these different combat-oriented jobs, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. He said, well, you can be a cook. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good, because my family, my parents owned a restaurant. So I said, yeah, I could do that. So I joined the Army as a cook. So my career kind of started to take off. I started making rank, E5, E6. May of 2003, I was promoted to Sergeant First Class, which is E7, and I was in charge of a few different facilities in Germany and Korea. I did the Afghanistan tour 2009 with 5th Strike Brigade in Kandahar, and I was just dealing with a lot of logistical stuff right there on Kandahar, and then all of a sudden my Sergeant Major came to me and said I need another Sergeant First Class to run personal security detail. So I was sent on personal security detail as in a rotationary basis with 2 other guys, and we would do missions like 2 and 3 missions a week, and we running logistics up and down the main route where IEDs are, you can get ambushed, shot at, whatever. So by the grace of God, nothing happened, and we redeployed back here to Fort Lewis in July of 2010, but by that time, I had decided to retire anyway, because I was coming up on 24 or 25 years. I told myself, I said, okay, I want to work, I want to do something. I don't want to just sit at home and get fat and do all the, husband stuff. And then I was sitting around thinking, I said, you know what, I want to do something else. But I don't know what I really want to do, so I started looking at all these different colleges, and I was like, hey, Bates is right up the street. Bates Technical, they offered all kind of programs. They had a food service program, with the chef and all that. And I was like, no, I don't think I want to cook no more. And so I'm looking through the brochure, and wireless voice data communication was the last program in that book, because everything was in, alphabetical order. And I was like, hey, this is pretty neat. They offer all these different things, network cabling, fiber optics. And I said, okay, that sounds like what I want to do. My mother used to work for AT&T. And she was in that type of program. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do the wireless voice data communication program. I went to Bates for the orientation and talked to a couple of counselors and just trying to get myself set up on what I want to do. So me being the person that I am, it was like maybe August. I came down to the campus and I just walked around. Nobody was there. The place was open, but I just walked around and I looked at the certain classrooms and all this. First semester with Dave Skeen, basic, electronics, AC, DC, and then learning all that stuff. And I kind of struggled because I never dealt with that stuff before, and then the math was really kicking my butt because I haven't taken any algebra in 30 years from high school. So I went in there, got a tutor, and they got me straight, and it started clicking again. I said, yeah, I remember this stuff. I had a breakthrough, that's what he told me. So things worked out. So I got with Laura really early, and I told her, I said, hey, I would really love to do an internship. So the internship just hit me hit me in the chest pretty much. This is what I want to do. And I kept telling her, I said, yeah, Laura, I want to do that. She said, yeah, there's a guy I know that does it at Western State Hospital. She said, would you be interested? I said, yeah. She started talking to John Wallace. John Wallace is the head IT manager at Western State Hospital. And they gave me an interview process. They asked me all different questions of what I know, and they gave me pieces of equipment. But at that time, I knew it like the back of my hand. And they said, what is this and what is that? This is a J-hook. This is a bracket for telephone line and all that. You give me the color code sequence and all that. So I gave them all that, and they were impressed. I started researching jobs around the first of the year, around January, because I knew around May I was going to graduate, so I wanted to be ahead of the game. So I started researching and looking at different companies. I looked at Comcast, I looked at CenturyLink, Port of Tacoma. I started looking at all these jobs and I started researching. So I got on the Boeing website and the job stuck out as electrical assembler installer. And then I got on there, looked at the job description and what it calls for, and it had terminations, cabling, wire bundles, and this is stuff we dealt with in Laura's class. So my resume was already done from the internship. So all I had to do was just change a couple of things around, like, take off Western State, put Boeing, and put the job thing on there, and then just look at the job description and make sure everything I have matches what Boeing's asking for. So I did all that, and then next thing you know, I got an interview in February. So time going by, I haven't heard from Boeing. And talking to people, I know a few people that work for Boeing, it might take about 6 months to hear back from them. The end of April, I received a phone call, and the lady told me, said, "Leah, we're gonna send you we want you to come work for us." So June 13th was my official hire date at Boeing. I can say I was lucky or I was blessed or whatever, but it happened. And a lot of the students asked me, how did I get hired so fast? And I said, man, I just think I was just lucky or I was being ahead of the game. And then I got on the line, I was working on 777 in the aft cargo of the 777 now on the final body join. That's where the wings join the fuselage, and then it moves to the final assembly. So we would connect the front part of the plane to the back part of the plane, and we would wire and connect all these wires and harnesses together.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good, Brian. How about you?
I'm sorry to interrupt your class, man. I just had to come. Well, I'm a 30104. I'm a level 4 electrician, and that's basically where you're going to stay for that job code. But I'll probably transfer over to quality assurance in about 3 years from now. But yeah, this is a ton of growth. I started out $16 an hour, and you got to put in your work. 6 years, you could be making up to 40. 37, 39, 40, something like that. My lead tech makes 39 an hour. That's straight up.
39 an hour?
You make 39 an hour. You get bonuses. We up for a bonus in February. I think 15th we should get it.
Do any job and not be happy with it, but I'm happy doing this. This is fun to me. You gotta have a goal. You gotta have something, you have to have a goal in life. But the electrical technology program that they offer, that I took with Bates, it really helped me out.
When I came in August, I just walked around and looked at the campus. I looked at stuff all on the board, looked at all the different certifications. That what kind of brought me here.
I know now you gotta have a plan in order to succeed somewhere.
It's one of the best schools that you can go to actually do hands-on learning, teaches you the skills that you need to actually jump into the industry.
So when I seen this studio that you guys have here, I was overwhelmed. I said, nah, this is what I want to do.
The best thing about this experience has been that I've met a lot of people that have my same interest.
Bates gives me the opportunity to expand on a lot of things I'm interested in.
This morning I just did a show and I did camera work, and that is awesome day.
And when I leave here, I'm going to be prepared and ready to work in the industry.
You're not sitting in a desk. Teachers are exceptional.
There's not a lot of programs where you have a working television studio that you can learn in. instructors are longtime veterans of the field. They know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about.
One thing that we're hearing from people in the industry is that what we see is a lot of amateurs that know how to do a few things but don't know how to do a lot of things well. When you come to Bates, what we hope to do is to teach you how to do those things well.
There is no other program like our program. We do hands-on learning all the time. We do live sports all the time. I don't know of anybody else that a student can actually go in and on the first week be going and doing a football game and working on cameras and directing and producing, and gives an opportunity for students to be able to do that stuff and do it well.
I've been very successful with the students that I have hired from Bates.
There's qualified people coming out that have technical knowledge.
People come to Bates looking for recruits. Hands-on experience is very important. The fact that people come looking for you there, that's pretty good.
We have about 30 operators, and from there we have about 3 people that are from Bates. And they're all great.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Back here at Cowan Stadium, just about 3 minutes left in halftime. Hope you enjoyed some of the feature presentations there about Bates Technical College and some of the students that have attended Bates Technical College. And again, a great opportunity for you to investigate what's there for you. So contact Bates Technical College and see what's there. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in halftime in this game between the Army and the Navy, the annual flag football game, 14-7 in favor of Navy. Army jumped out to the quick 7-0 lead, and the Navy came back and scored a couple touchdowns throughout the first half to take the lead. Army has presented a lot of problems for the Navy offense. The Army defense has been very aggressive, have rushed the quarterback and managed to get through and drop the quarterback for sacks a lot, and also just provide some pressure on in the passing game. Have not given a lot of time for the quarterback to find his receivers and get the ball out. On the other hand, Navy has been pretty effective in their offense, and especially the connection between number 3, the quarterback, Ramiro Lovano, quarterbacking for the Navy team, and also number 88, one of his favorite receivers, Jerome Tiller, who has a touchdown reception and a long reception that got them right down to the goal line in a drive which they're able to capitalize on with a touchdown. So they've been very effective. Lovano's had quite a bit of time to throw, and he's proven to be an accurate passer with a good strong arm. So Navy has, I would say, had the advantage so far throughout pretty much the greater part of the first half, although Army has shown flashes of being able to move the ball. They had one really nice pass play between their quarterback, number 14, Gavin Frydenberg, and one of his receivers, I believe it was number 3 on that reception, Travis Dunn. Unfortunately, that pass came back on a holding call, so I suppose it's not even really fair to talk about it. But my point is that they show that they can move the ball. They've got the talent and the skill to do it. but just haven't been able to do it consistently, I think mostly because of the pressure that's being applied by the Navy defenders. Both teams are back out on the field, as you can see, and getting warmed up and ready to go for the third quarter. And again, we're playing under flag football rules, modified flag football rules, as we do have place kicking in this game, so teams can kick off, and they can also kick the extra points, which on some flag football rules is not allowed. There's no place kicking, but here there is. Again, the field has been broken into 20-yard increments, and the first down is just to the next 20-yard increment line. That's how you get your first down. No matter where you start in that zone, you have to work your way to the end of that zone, and then you get a first down if you get there within 4 downs. So a little bit different than standard tackle football in terms of how far you have to go and how you earn a first down. Obviously, a couple of the things we've seen, the running clock, which moves the game along quite briskly. And so we'll see that here in the third quarter completely, and then all the way through the fourth quarter until the final 2 minutes. Navy kicking off here for the second half, and there's a nice kick that goes downfield, taken there by an Army receiver. Number 5, he's taken down at about the 27-yard line. And number 5 is Tavares Breland, who is the returner on that kickoff. Sets Army up at their, see where the officials place the ball, at their own 27-yard line. So they'll take the ball there, and they have to work their way out to the 40-yard line in order to get a first down. So that would be about 13 yards to the first down for Army. Navy not putting so much pressure on this time and giving Frydenberg a chance to find a receiver, which he does. He finds number 28, who breaks free and now is taken down right at about the 48-yard line. So number 28 made a good reception and turned and got a field. That's Milton Lunsford for the Army football team. Brings up first down, and that'll be about 12 yards to go for their next first down, as they have to make it up to the 40-yard line. 13 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Frydenberg drops back. Here comes the pressure, heavy pressure again, but Frydenberg escapes it. He gets the pass off. This time he's going to throw it out of bounds to avoid getting tackled or getting deflagged for a loss. They'll bring up second down for the Army team. Looks like we have some discussion. Yes, we do have a flag on the field, and the officials are discussing just what the flag might be all about. And they say no, there was not. I suspect that perhaps they thought he had crossed over the line of scrimmage when he passed the ball, but now perhaps they've determined that he did not. So I'm just guessing on that. That was something that was kind of standing out to me as I watched that play evolve, and as they are right in front of us here on just about the 48-yard line now. It's going to be second down and first line marker to go, and he's going to have his flag pulled as he just had nothing going on, and now another flag is thrown in by the officials, and we'll probably have a little discussion on this. It's a holding call against the Army team. That penalty is declined. So that'll bring up third down and about 14 yards to go for the first down for the Army team. This is their first possession of the second half. We're just underway here in the third quarter. Navy sends 3 people up on the front, and they rush through, and they're going to get the pass off, but that's incomplete as the official rules that it hit the ground. The intended receiver was number 30. That was Joshua Springer. Ball hit the ground there, so the play is immediately over at that point. It brings up fourth down. And it's about I'm just looking at that ball placement. It's like, that's just seems a little bit different. But anyway, it's 14 yards to go for the first down is what it is. Army's going to drop back and punt. And you can see there it is. It's a very high punt, but relatively short. And a fair catch was called there by the Navy team, and the catch was made at, or the punt reception was made at the 31-yard line of Navy, so they have first down and 9 yards to go as they need to make it up to the 40-yard line for their first down. That's a really nice ball placement for them because they just have to go 9 yards and they got the first down. So number 88 has been a big player for them, Jerome Tiller. He's way out on the far left, and he's had a couple big receptions for Navy. Levano, I believe, is still in a quarterback. I need to see the number there. He is. It's a handoff this time. This is our actual first running game that we've even seen this running play that we've seen this game. The handoff goes to number 8, which is Miguel Santiago for the Navy team, and he works his way up for the first down. So that was just a designed running play, a handoff, and as I was trying to say, I think that's the first one we've seen in this entire game. Pretty unusual, as you got to get a lot of yards to get a first down. Levano has a player in the backfield with him. He's sending out a signal to his receiver on the right. Here's the snap. He's going to run up the middle. It's another running play designed strictly as a run, it looks like. And his flag is pulled at about the 43, 44-yard line. Bring up second down and about 16 yards to go for the next first down. We have a replay on that running play by Levano. As you'll see, he just pulls it down and then starts to run. And the Navy player, number 15, in there to take him down. That's Tokiba Huey again. Levano in the backfield by himself this time. Army sends some pressure and he's going to be tackled down. And his flag is pulled. I think they're going to allow that play as the quarterback was backpedaling and was taken down as he was being deflagged. So that will be a big loss there for the Navy. Looks like we have no replay on that. Oops, we do have a replay on that. Maybe. Yes, there it is. You'll see he's kind of pedaling backwards and he kind of trips and falls, unfortunately for him, and also his flag is pulled. So a big loss for the Navy team. It brings up third down and about 26 yards to go. Levano way back there in the backfield this time. Steps up, throws, no, yes, nope, yes. There is the pass, and it's off the hands of number 11, who was well defended. That would be Keenan Thomas was the intended receiver, off of his hands, and the defender on that play for the Army team, number 5, was Tavares Breland. Nice defense there by the Army, and a little bit of a misfire by Levano as the receiver seemed to be somewhat open. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Again, Army trailing in this game 14-7 to Navy. Navy has it fourth down and a long ways to go. So it looks like we have a punt that we're going to have here. There's the snap. Everybody holds until he actually kicks the ball. There's the punt. It's the spinner, kind of off the side of his foot, taken by the up men for Army, number 18, number 16. Timothy is 6 on the punt reception there. He just grabbed it and put his knee down. Probably a good thing. The punt did not travel very far, about 20 yards or so, something like that. So it'll be first down and about 13 yards to go for the Army first down. This is about where they were when they finished their last drive. So about 13 yards to go. Then you get to the 40-yard line of the Navy to get the first down. There's the snap. And the receiver makes a reception, and they miss the tackle on him there. And there's a little consternation by the fact that his flags were hanging on to him even after they had been pulled. Number 30 on the reception for Army. Trying to find his number real quickly, and I don't see it on our roster. Again, they're not in order, so we're just going to sort through them and see if we can find a number. Looks like we have a different quarterback in there. We do. It's number 15. He steps back, throws left-handed up to number 3, who makes the reception. They're trying to hold him up and grab his flag. They finally get the flag off, and it's going to be a gain there for the Army. They need to get up to the 20-yard line for the next first down. They're about 13 yards short of that right now. Number 15, which is Tokiba Huey, he's been on the receiving end of a lot of plays, is now in playing quarterback. He's a southpaw, a lefty, gets lots of protection, and only 2 receivers are out in the pattern, and we have a penalty on this. A little bit of discussion. We're going to have an offside against the Navy. Brings up second down and about 9 yards to go to the 20-yard line, which is the first down marker now for Army. Huey in at quarterback. And it looks again like max protection, so they're kind of addressing the problem that they had in the first half by providing more protection, but that means obviously fewer receivers out running in patterns. Heavy pressure coming back across the middle to number 3, makes the reception. Number 30 makes the reception, and there he is deflagged. Joshua Springer again on the reception for Army. Third down at about 8 yards, 7.5 yards to go. We'll call it 7.5 yards to go for the first down as they have to make their way up to the 20-yard line. Again, a lot of players on the inside there with 2 people out in what we would call receiver positions. It's a little bit of a toss on the inside, and number 11 is going to receive that. Can be taken down well short of the first down, though. It's like a shovel pass or something like that. Drew Randall, number 11, was the receiver of that, and he was taken down at the 27-yard line, so they only give him about a yard or half a yard gain on that play. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Huey racing back out on the field to call the play after speaking with the coach. By the way, the coach is looking really sharp in this a yellow vest, a white shirt, yellow pants. Pretty impressive. Lots of receivers out now in receiver formations and lots of pressure. And Huey's simply going to run it, and he's going to make it close to the first down marker on fourth down. Ooh. It is short of the first down mark, so it will be nope. Now we have a difference of opinion, as one of the other officials is saying now he made it to the 20, and they're going to have to figure that one out. They're both adamant, and the head official says no, it's not a first down, and so the Army turns it over on downs. They were obviously very close to the first down marker. Interestingly enough, the nose of the football, as he places it on the ground, is right on the 20-yard line, which was the yard to make for the first down. So if I was the Army, I'd be like, wait a minute, you got to move that ball back at least an inch.
Come on!
There is a little bit of unhappiness, as you can hear on our sideline microphone, and Navy's not going to allow any time for replay, which doesn't exist, so they want to get the ball snapped and get the play underway. There's a penalty flag down now, and now they say, no, there is no penalty. We just need to everybody get on the same page, and we'll get back to playing the game here. So it's first down and really about 19 yards to go for Navy as they take over on downs from the Army. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Navy ahead 14-7. Lovano takes the snap, looking downfield. Now he throws over right down the middle, actually, and that ball is picked off by the Army, number 29, and he's racing back up the field. Number 29 makes the interception. It's Justin Brabham. Made a fine defensive play there. I was I was thinking that there might have been a penalty, as it looked like the intended receiver might have gotten pushed down, and the interception was made in front of that play, and there is some conversation on the part of the referees. Let's see what they have to say. It was before the interception, pass interference. It was an offensive penalty, and therefore the interception stands, and Army has the football on the Navy 25-yard line. So a major turn of events there. Huey's in at quarterback. Navy's still getting set on defense. Now they're ready. Huey takes the snap. He stops and looks, and now he's running, and he dropped the football. Not quite sure what happened there. I saw a flag come flying off, and then Huey was out running, and he just kind of lost the football. I wonder if we have a replay on that. Not quite sure how that all happened. Army's going to hurry up and go anyway. They want to run this play. 31-yard line, actually. Heading for the 20. The pass is off, and this one is intercepted by the Navy team. And the interceptor is still running down the field, but steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Number 2 is Jarek Vance makes the interception and takes it down to the 40. And there's a conversation there going on. That brings up the end of the third quarter, and that's how that one ends, with Navy making the interception and racing the other way to the 40-yard line, where they will have the ball first and 20 or so at the start of the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break. Be right back after this.
I surrender.
All right, pal.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister, and Mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded? Remember when I found my Christmas gifts? You always told me to be curious.
No, that's not what I meant.
And when it's just me and Mom, I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
Right at the start of the third quarter here. Navy has the football. It's it's first down for Navy on the 40-yard line. Number 12 takes the handoff, and he's taken down at about the 38-yard line there by Army. Navy ahead in the game, 14-7. They have taken over on an interception at the end of the third quarter. And they are right now at the Army 37-yard line, driving down the field, hoping to increase this lead and start to put this game away. Fourth quarter now, 14 minutes left. There's Lovano. Avoids the sack, gets the pass out, nearly intercepted by the Army defender. In fact, he kind of stopped everybody and said, did he get it or not? And all of a sudden, the offensive player started running down the field, and he gains a few yards there. Looking to see who that defender was. Looks like number 2 was on that defensive play. Nearly had the interception. That would be to Sean Drafton. Unfortunate for Army that he couldn't come up with that. It's third down and about 6 yards to go for Navy. Lovano stands it, then now steps forward looking for a receiver. Now he's running a little bit, and he is taken down at about the 25. So after a gain of about 1 or 2, he will be short of the first down, bringing up fourth down and about 4 or 5 yards to go for the Navy flag football team. It'll be about 4th down and 5. So in this area of the field, looks like they're going to go for the first down, perhaps a touchdown. You never know how aggressive they want to be until you see it. Navy breaks the huddle, pretty long huddle. Maybe a complicated play, we'll see. They send receivers, 3 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left, 3 people staying in, 2 Army rushers. A warning to watch the quarterback running up the middle. There's a looping hike, and the reception is made inside the 20. There's a collision there, and the ball goes flying. That's a big collision. The receiver's taken down. That's looks like number 6. And we have a official's timeout. They're going to talk about that. The ball went flying out. Here's a replay of that. He gets it. He turns and looks, and he holds the ball up, and the defensive player comes in to pull his flag, and they just run into each other.
Prior to the runner being down, the ball carrier fumbled the football backwards. By rule, the ball is then placed at the spot of the fumble, which left the offense short of the yard to gain.
That was a 4th down play. The pass made it past the first down yard that they needed to get. There was a fumble on the play. The ball flew backwards and hit the ground short of the first down marker, and therefore it's a turnover on downs, and Army has the football. That's another major turn of events here in this football game, as Army preserves just a 7-point deficit, gives himself a chance to work to drive down the field now that they have the football and tie this game up or take the lead. First down and about 19 yards to go for Army. Frydenberg, no, this is Huey, actually rolls out, passes the ball. It's incomplete. Intended receiver was number 11 for Army. That would be Drew Randall. It was off his hands. He had a little bit of running room also, but wasn't able to haul that pass in. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and about 19 yards to go as they're trying to make their way up to the 40-yard line for the first down. About 18 yards to go actually. 11 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Army football. Huey's at quarterback.
Hey, he can't cover you.
Drops back, pressure. Good protection actually. Reception is made by number 3. They missed the deflagging. He makes his way out to the 36-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the first down. Travis Dunn on the reception, and I think everybody kind of thought as soon as he came down he was going to be down because the defender was right there, but he turned and ran for another 3 yards or so. Ball was placed at the 36-yard line. They need to get to the 40 for the first down. This is a 3rd down play. He calls for the snap. He rolls to the right this time. He's looking for some running room, and he makes a quick turn to try to get up to the 40, but he's got his flag pulled off at the 36. He's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down, and no gain on that play. Now approaching 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. It's going to be 4th down and 4 yards to go to the 40. The question is, will Army go for it or will they punt? They're running out of time. It looks like they're going to go for it. This is a gutsy call, actually, because they're only on their own 36-yard line. If this play is not successful, then they will turn the ball over with really good field position for the Navy team. 1 man back for protection next to Huey. He calls for the ball. There's the snap. He swings it out to the left. He's got a hustle, but he's not going to make it. They down him. There's a little bit of an injury on that, looks like, by one of the Navy players, but they are down. Both Navy players look like they're shaken up a little bit on that play. But they were able to pull the flag and down the player with no gain on the play. That'll be a turnover on downs. Navy gets the ball back, and they are at the Army 36-yard line, so great field position for Navy. Number 2 is looks like he's injured on this play. That would be Jarek Vance. He was the one that actually pulled the flag. There was another player that was in on that play too who was also injured. Number 2 has come off to the side onto the Army side of the field and is just kind of stretching out. It looks like his rib cage or something there. He's going to be okay. He jumps up and now he's ready to go. In the meantime, Navy has the ball, first down. Lovano throws it way downfield in a beautiful spiral to that big receiver who had it in his hands for a second, but then number 6 for Army came by and just slapped it out of his hands. Gregory Sims on a great defensive play as Jerome Tiller had that ball and went high up above the receivers. You can see he's a big, tall guy. Went high up above the defenders, has a ball in his hands. Watch this. Ball in his hands. Number 6 comes by and just slaps it out to make that an incomplete pass. Second down and about 11 yards to go for the first down. 16 yards to go for the first down for Navy. Lovano looks to the left now. He straightens up, looks over the middle. Number 5 goes again way up in the air to get that one. Those Navy defenders are pretty extraordinary. Aaron Jones is the receiver on that one. Number 5 went way up in the air, made the reception. It looks like there is a penalty on the play. It is a holding call against Navy, so that nice reception goes for nothing. Does not count. As a matter of fact, Navy gets moved back now on this holding penalty. Bring up second down again, but it's 15-yard holding penalty. Will take the ball back to about the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. So now they're moving backwards a little bit. Just under 7 minutes to go in the game. Navy second down and a long ways to go for the first down. Looks like they've got about 31 yards for a first down. Lovano right up the middle. Oh, the ball was tipped. Number 23 from Army was diving for it to see if he could come up with the interception. That would be Octavius Hudson. Watch Octavius Hudson, number 23, just diving for the ball here. Just can't quite get to it, just off his fingertips. Ball falls incomplete. It's going to bring up third down and about 31 yards to go for the first down for Navy. 6 minutes now, just over 6 minutes left in the game as the time continues to tick off the clock. Maybe to the delight of the Navy team and maybe to the chagrin of the Army team. Tiller comes out to the right, big receiver, big receptions. Lovano straightens up and passes. That ball is knocked down. Number 23 right in there again. Octavius Hudson knocked that down. Incomplete pass brings up fourth down for Navy. That was a great defensive play. The receiver appeared to be wide open and Hudson flew over, knocked it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Beautiful play. Navy's going to line up to punt this ball. Army backs up into their punt reception formation. Navy punter drops back into punt formation. Now just over 5 minutes left in the game. So this may be a last chance. Here's the punt now by Navy. It's a high kick. Receiver comes up and takes the ball and stops for a second. He's still got his flags. He's still running. And now there's a couple penalty flags going on that come flying in, and I think his flags have been pulled, and he should be down. I don't know why the Navy player kept on running after him because I could see no flags on him. There are all sorts of penalty flags on the field. As the receiver came up to make the catch, everybody thought that he was just going to be down, so they all stopped, and all of a sudden he took off, racing out to the right-hand side. He was making his way up in a crowd of people. For some reason, they couldn't get his flag. However, the flags are going to probably nullify most of that. We'll see where we end up. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Clock continues to roll as it is a running clock. They're organizing the flags, and waiting for the call.
Hey, do the clock stop? Block in the back. Returning team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the ball. First down.
All right, a block in the back on the return. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They're going to place the ball probably about the 20, right about the 30-yard line. That'll bring up first down and 10 yards to go for Army. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, and the clock is running for the next 1.5 minutes. When it hits 2 minutes, it'll go into a managed clock, which will buy a little bit more time for the Navy team. Their challenge here is to go 70 yards and score a touchdown in the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Huey is the quarterback. Takes the snap. Left hand is tossed up the middle. He's got a receiver who manages to get a few more yards on the ground, which is a great reception by number 30, Joshua Springer. Takes the ball past the midfield line out to the 49-yard line of Navy. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Army in a little bit of a hurry up here as they know the clock is running down and they've still got 49 yards to go. Picked up almost 30 yards on that play. Huey running up the middle, his flags fly off and he's down right at about the 50. That was a great defensive play by Navy as they just reached in and snagged his flag as he tried to zip through the middle. We have an Army helicopter flying over the field here, maybe to take a look at the game and see how it's going. You can probably hear the sound of the helicopter. 2 minutes and 15 seconds now, and the clock is still running, moving down to the 2-minute warning. They want to get a playoff before that. Army set up. Huey claps his hands. There's the snap. Looks up, rolls out to the left, looking for a receiver. He finds one, and that man is down to about the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. Number 30 again on the reception. This is Joshua Springer. Made that reception and turned upfield. He takes the ball down to the 18-yard line. And we are at the 2-minute warning. That's going to stop the clock. We'll have a brief timeout here. Army has the ball, marching downfield on what may be their best drive of the day. They started at their own 30-yard line, and they're now down to the Navy 18. First down and goal to go. 1 minute, 55 seconds left in the game. Regulation at least. Army trailing 14-7, but they're on the march, making a move to tie this game or maybe even take the lead. Wouldn't that be shocking if they were able to put the ball in the end zone and then score 2 and win the game? That'd be a great thing for Navy. I mean, great thing for Army and not so good for Navy if that were to happen. Of course, I'm just speculating, and we never know what's going to happen, but we can always kind of think, wouldn't that be an interesting way for this game to go? Obviously, Navy wouldn't be too impressed to see that happen, and I'm sure they're going to do everything they can to make sure it doesn't. Army with the ball, ready for the play. There's the snap. Huey rolls left, and he's going to just run. He cuts up in the inside. Man, I tell you, who is that? Number 30, it looks like, for Navy. Oh, I wish I could see that number for sure. That was a great defensive play. It was number 15. Looks like he's cat quick, just cut up in the middle, but he was there to pull the flag. Huey looking for a receiver. He's got number. He's got number 3, but that pass fell incomplete, it looks like. That's going to bring up third down for Army. And goal to go now from the 14-yard line. Third down and goal to go from the 14. Huey at quarterback, number 15, checking his wristband. There's the snap. He looks up. He's going to try to go up the middle. The ball hits the ground, and that ends the play. I think he was deflagged at that point, too. So fourth down now for Army. They're going to take a timeout and try to figure this one out. They were racing down the field and managed to get down to the 14-yard line here, where they now have it fourth down and goal to go. That's a pretty tough challenge for the Army football team here. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Been a really competitive game here. Both teams playing hard, playing back and forth. Great plays, by both teams. A couple interceptions we've seen, and just some really fine passing by Navy and just gutty play by Army to try to keep the Navy out of the end zone. Been very entertaining. Again, minute 15 seconds left in the game, at least regulation. 4th down and goal to go from the Navy 16-yard line for the Army team.
1:15 to go.
Tokiba Huey in at quarterback. He's got one man in the backfield with him, offers some protection. Tells him to switch sides. Here's the snap. Huey steps back. He's going to be in trouble. Oh, he almost gets his flag pulled, but he gets away, throws it into the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone, the back of the end zone. What a play that was. Oh, my goodness. There's a penalty flag, though, right at the goal line. They're telling the players to back off. And let's see what the call is. Pass interference against Navy. That's going to be declined, and that's going to result in a touchdown for Army with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. They put it in the end zone. I believe number 5 was the receiver on that. That would be Tavares Breland, I believe. Here's a replay. You see almost is taken down back there and then throws the arrow into the end zone to number 5, who makes the reception. What would you do? You're trailing by 1 point, 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Will you go for 1 or 2 or for 3? Army doesn't know. They're going to stop and talk about it. They call a timeout. What will they do? Will they go for the tie and try to win it in overtime? Will they go for the 2 and try to win it outright? We'll find out here in a little bit, of course. Oh my goodness, what a great play that was. Navy provided the pressure. They almost had Huey in the backfield sack, and that would have basically ended the game, but Huey escaped on a nice little move and was able to move the ball down the field right into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. That was fantastic. Both teams now huddle around their coaches, talking about the right thing to do here. It looks like the ball is placed on the 3-yard line, which means they're going to go for the 1, I'm assuming. They kicked the ball for their first point after attempt. The thing about a kick like that is you can't rush the kicker, but you can try to block the kick from the line of scrimmage. So if it's got a low trajectory, there's a chance you could block it. And it looks like they are going to kick it here for the point after. This would be a 1-point conversion from the 3-yard line. Figuring out where they want to place that kick. Or place the ball for the kick, I should say. Number 30 is a kicker. He's also been a receiver that's been incredible. There's the placement. There's the concentration and the kick, and it's up, and it is good to tie the game with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Army has come down and tied it. What a great play that was. We'll be right back after these messages.
Highland College's Math Center is a public aquarium charged with the goal of helping people discover sound science. Situated in the Redondo neighborhood of Des Moines, the MASS cultures marine stewardship by engaging communities through interactive learning, personal relations, and exploration. We're open to the public every Saturday, and admission is free. Check us out.
All right, 1 minute, 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Army has just come down the field on a 70-yard drive and taken tied up the game at 14 with a pass into the back corner of the end zone. Army's going to now kick the ball off. And, of course, their job is to keep Navy out of the end zone or keep them from scoring now in 1 minute, 6 seconds. That will put the game into overtime. The There are specific overtime rules, and we would probably have to hear from the official as to what those rules are. Number 30 is going to kick off. He's been a huge part of this game, been as a receiver and as a kicker as well. That was a very important point after attempt right there. Springer's going to kick off here to Navy. Deep into the fourth quarter, he approaches the ball. There's the kick. It's a fairly deep ball. Comes down at the 15-yard line, taken there by number 21 for Navy. Makes a little bit of moves. Still got his flag on. He's still on the return. Nobody can get him, and they finally take him down at about the 45-yard line. So that's about a 30-yard return on that kickoff. 56.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Looks like Dejan Holloway is number 21. It's a really good return there for Navy. First down and about 15 yards to go for Navy. 56.8 seconds left in regulation. One of the big targets, Jerome Tiller, number 88, comes out to the near side. There's the pass, almost intercepted by number 2. Oh my goodness. The intended target was number 11, Keenan Thomas. Ramiro Labano, quarterback there. That's a little bit of a risky pass, but he got away with it. Brings up second down at about 15 yards to go for Navy. They would love to get one in the end zone right now and put this one away. Again, I think one of his favorite targets, Jerome Tiller, number 88, comes out wide. He's a big target, tall, strong guy. Made a couple big receptions and another near reception. There's the snap. Lovano steps up, now steps back, steps up again, and that ball is tipped, knocked down by number 2 for Navy. That's Deshaun Drafton. Made a nice defensive play there, and he's kind of disappointed perhaps that he wasn't able just to pick that off, but he got his hands on it, knocked it down, brings up third down, 15 yards to go for Navy, 49.4 seconds left in regulation. It's amazing how much football can be played in just a few seconds, especially in contrast to the running clock, where the clock stops now in those kinds of plays. Just seems to slow things way down. Navy football, third down. Again, Tiller way out to the right here. Labano in the backfield by himself. 3 rushers for Army. They come to get him. They're looking, they're grabbing. They finally got him down. Take him down at about the 43-yard line. Clock is still running, but it does bring up fourth down. Timeout now for Army. Watching the officials see, but for sure what's going on here. I saw them signal a timeout, and that's what the official says it is. 31.1 seconds left, tie game, fourth down, Navy football. Army trying to get the ball back. Both teams will now gather around their coaches. Army has really put up a great fight here, especially in the fourth quarter. Again, marching the ball 70 yards. They stopped a Navy drive on that fumble that flew backwards and then touched the ground. So Navy had gone across the line to gain for the first down, but fumbled the ball. It flew through the air and then touched the ground short of the line for a first down. And it was ruled then that the first down had not been attained, and that was a fourth down play. So Navy took the ball over and has marched down the field for the touchdown. They've now stopped Navy, at least they have them on a fourth down here, and Navy is going to punt the ball. Navy will punt the ball. Army will get the ball back, and they're right now there's exactly 34 seconds left on the clock. There's the snap. The punt is a high punt. Again, relatively short, but it's going to go out of bounds right at about the, I was going to say the 30, but they're going to mark that up to the to the 40-yard line. 40-yard line of Army, where Army will have possession. 34 seconds left to go. First down for Army. Oh, now they say 33.1 seconds. The kick had to take some time. But it did go out of bounds, so there was no return on that. No possibility of a return. Huey takes the snap. He's under pressure. Races up the middle. Fumbles the ball. Back to about the 41-yard line, and there's a penalty flag that comes in as well. Let's see what the call is here. 22.9 seconds now left in the game. Waiting for the call from the official.
Illegal restraint of the runner defense. 10-yard penalty for the start of the fall. Yes! It's going to be replayed, first down.
All right, you probably heard that. Illegal restraint of the player, so they had to hold the player back in order to pull his flag, which is a penalty in flag football, a 10-yard penalty from the point of the foul, and that brings up a repeat first down, so it's going to be first down. Or it was, yes, that's right. It's now first down and about 7 yards to go for the next first down, but only 22.9 seconds left on the clock. Huey takes the snap, steps up, throws long. Man is open, number 5. Oh, he's not going to make that pass. He was fumbling it. He was juggling the ball as he was going out of bounds. And so that is an incomplete pass. Number 5 was out there as the intended receiver. Again, Tavares Breland, who scored that touchdown. Here's a replay on that. Nice pass. You're going to see that he's just juggling the ball a little bit when he goes out of bounds, and he's got an incomplete pass there. So second down and 7 yards to go now. 16.6 seconds left on the clock. Army in a 14-14 tie with Navy, trying to score here before regulation time ends. There's the snap. Huey steps up, throws a pass down the right sideline, and it's almost caught as the receiver stretched out there but could not quite get to it. Ball again falls incomplete. Looks like number 30 was the intended receiver. He's had some great receptions in this game. Could not haul that one in. Joshua Springer makes his way back to the huddle. He laid out to get that one, but could not quite bring it in. Third down, and, well, 7 to go for the first down, but only 11 seconds left in the game. They need a touchdown, maybe on this play, maybe one more chance after this. But this is a huge play. Army lining up now. Huey still at quarterback. He's been pretty effective in the second half. Takes the snap. 3 men coming in. The ball is picked off. Number 39 comes up with an interception for Navy. That's Andrico Roll with the interception at the 30-yard line of Navy. 6.2 seconds left in the game here in regulation on the interception by Navy. So Huey tried to go down the middle that time. Looked like he maybe overthrew his receiver, and Roll stepped right up in there, picked that one off before it hit the ground. We have a timeout on the field. Navy does call timeout. 6.2 seconds left. Maybe they have one that they want to dial up, a 70-yard touchdown home run hitter kind of play. See if they can score now and put this game away. A little disappointment there on the part of Army, but they're still in a good position here. Able to come back and tie the game in the fourth quarter. It is still tied, only 6 seconds left. So they know that they've got, at this point, they're in pretty good shape. It'll be difficult for Navy to score in 6 seconds, but It is possible. So again, we play the game to see what happens. Or Navy now discussing, Army now discussing who's going to play where on this defense to make sure that nobody gets behind them. Number 88, I mentioned several times, Jerome Tiller. He's been big for them today, and they're discussing just amongst the receivers special little plans, it looks like. Livano positioning people and directing people, now back in his formation, ready to take the snap. Tiller way out on the right-hand side. Man comes up on him right away. He fights his way off. Pass goes through the middle. He goes down at about the 47-yard line and calls timeout. 2.2 seconds left, so they have time for one more play from the 47. That bought them a few yards, about 15 yards or so, maybe even more than that. So it gets them just that much closer to the end zone. Ball's at the 40, well, we don't know, they keep moving it. 47-yard line, there we go, 47-yard line of Navy. They've got 53 yards to go for their touchdown, only 2.2 seconds left. So time for one more play. It's going to be a probably very deep Hail Mary kind of play. See if they can punch that ball into the end zone here before the end of the game. If not, we'll go into overtime and decide the game that way. Again, it's been a very cool afternoon here, but probably perfect for the players on the field. No rain, no wind, just ideal playing conditions. Navy sends receivers out. Got players coming in and going off the field there. Lots of players to the right and one to the left. Now we got another player out to the left, two players out to the left as they're coming in from the sideline. Now the referee says, or the official says, let's play. There's the snap. This is it. This is it. It's all or nothing. Different quarterback this time. Fires the ball downfield. Is going to come up short. That's going to be nearly intercepted by Huey, I think. It goes through his hands. I think he started to look up and run before he actually had it. It is Huey. That falls incomplete, though, and that means at the end of regulation, we're tied. We're going to overtime. We're going to be back after these messages.
Highland College's Mass Center is a public aquarium charged with the goal of helping people discover sound science. Situated in the Redondo neighborhood of Des Moines, the Mass cultures marine stewardship by engaging communities through interactive learning, personal relations, and exploration. We're open to the public every Saturday, and admission is free. Check us out.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
All right, we're getting ready for overtime here. The teams are going to do a coin toss in the middle of the field. Then whoever wins the coin toss will have the opportunity to take the ball at the 20-yard line, I believe, and they will have a series to try to score. If they don't score, then the other team gets a chance to do the same thing. Or I think even if they do score, the other team can match what they've done. So both teams should have the opportunity to score, and then the first one to win a series wins the game. It looks like Army has won the toss. They'll have the ball from the 20-yard line. The one series here to try to score from the 20. And again, if they don't score, then the Navy will have an opportunity to do the same thing. I think, again, if they do score, I think Navy has an opportunity to match it or do better in the scoring than Army. In other words, if they do a 2-point conversion or a 3-point conversion, they could win the game. So let's see what happens here. This is untimed, so there's no clock involved. They just have this series to play. Officials are discussing it to make sure that they've got everything in order. Here we go. Overtime in this Army-Navy football game, number 19. There's the snap. Huey steps back and looks. Deep pressure. Now he's going to run it. Nope, he's going to change directions, and he's taken down inside the 20-yard line. He gains about 3 on that play. We have a replay on that. Here we go. You can see he's got good pressure coming at him. He's got to get out of there. Now he's going to run, and he's going to be deflagged right there at about the 18-yard line. They mark it at the 17. Second down for Army in this overtime period. Huey now with the one man back in the backfield with him, takes the snap, stands up, looks, and there's a pass over to the right-hand side to number 30, Joshua Springer, takes it down to about the 6-yard line before he's driven out of bounds by Navy. It's going to be third down at about 6 or 7 yards to go for the touchdown. That was a good play by the Army on that that play, that pass out to the sideline where Springer made the reception. Huey takes the snap, looking, and passes it out to this number 2. He's taken down at the 10. They're going to suffer a loss on that one of about 3 yards. Number 10 was the receiver. He was initially the protection in the backfield for Huey. He kind of swung out to the left, and Huey hit him with the pass when he got into trouble. And Navy was right there to take him down. The ball is right at about the 10-yard line. It's fourth down and 10 yards to go for the touchdown for Army. Game tied at 14. We are in overtime between Army and Navy. There's the snap. Huey steps back. He gets pressure again. He eludes it. Looking downfield, makes a pass to the middle and back of the end zone. It's tipped away by Navy. Number 2, I believe, was the defender on that play, and that was a fine play. Jarek Vance knocked that out of the air and stopped the Army attempt here in the first round of overtime. So Army cannot score. Now it's Navy's turn. They have the ball. First down and goal to go on the 20-yard line. Overtime, their first possession. Score remains tied at 14. And Navy with the football now. Let's see who they have. They've got Lovano at quarterback. On that last play, they put in another quarterback. This time they've got Lovano back in. They have a receiver way to the right. That's his big receiver, Jerome Tiller. Lovano takes it, swings it out to the right, left-hand side to number 21, making his way, and they cannot pull his flag, but they finally get him out of bounds. There is a penalty flag on the play. Waiting to see what the officials call on this. It seemed like they had kind of bottled up number 21, the ball carrier. That's Dejon Holloway. And we still don't know what the penalty is. Navy's ready to go. They're up on the ball and in formation and are set to go, and the officials still are discussing what the penalty is. Here we go.
During the play, holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, replay, second down.
That's a holding penalty. They're going to move the ball back 10 yards to the 30-yard line.
No, it should be the 22.
No, it's actually 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Looks like there's some discussion from the coaches on where that ball should be placed. It remains There's some confusion or some disagreement on the part of the Army coach as to where the ball ought to be placed, and he eventually called timeout so he could talk to the officials about this. It seems to me like he's got a case to be argued. They moved the ball back to the 20. He's claiming, I think, that the foul is at the 12, and I'm not sure what down we should be at either, because if there's a penalty, it's like there's no penalty at all if it's still first down and 10 to go from the 20, or first down from the 20. It should at least be second down or something, or first down and something more than 20. They have moved the ball back to the 22. And the conversation still goes on there between the officials and the coach. So they have moved the ball back to the 22-yard line. I think the coach kind of won his argument there. First down, according to the scoreboard.
Mark it up! Mark it up!
And according to the down marker. So first and now goal to go from the 22. Livano by himself in the backfield, and the officials say, let's go play ball. And here they go. Navy all set, Army set. There's the snap. Livano throws it up wide open, and that was a great defensive play. He got up there and got in the way of the defender in terms of being able to see that ball. Number 16 for the Army. Looking for his name. There we go. That's Timotheus Hicks. I think he got in the way of the vision there of the Navy receiver, and he had to make up some ground there because he was behind. He got in the way, jumped up, and distracted the receiver, so he could not bring that reception in. That brings up second down and goal from the 22. That looked like a dangerous play there for Army, and a nice play by Navy, but they just could not quite bring that ball in. Second down, 22 to the goal line for Navy.
Left side, watch that back! Watch the ball!
Flags fly as you heard the Army coach a little upset about going offside. He says, watch the ball. Don't listen, just watch the ball. When it goes, go. 5-yard penalty, second down, and now goal to goal from the 17-yard line for Navy in this overtime period. Their first possession. Army has already had their possession. Here's Livano, steps up, now passes. Number 21 with the ball, and he's finally got his flag pulled at about the 9, so he gains a few yards on that before being taken down. That's, again, Dejan Holloway. Third down and goal to go from the 9-yard line for Navy. They are knocking on the door in overtime here. Officials now move the ball back to the 10-yard line, so 3rd and 10. 3rd and goal from the 10 for Navy. Score is tied, 14-14. We're in overtime. This is the first possession for Navy. Army has had their possession. They could not score. If Navy can score here, they will win the game. They have 3rd down and goal to go from the 10. Libano's quarterback. He's in the backfield by himself. Receivers to the left and right. Libano just takes it and runs. He's still running, he's still going, and he's down to about the 3-yard line before they pull his flag. And we have a flag on the play, a penalty flag on the play. It's possible that they could have held him up in order to grab his flag, but we'll see what the officials say. And of course, they're going to gather around and talk about it. Here's the call.
Illegal restraint of the runner.
Illegal restraint.
Half the distance from the end of the run. Replay 3rd down.
Half the distance from the end of the run. We'll take it down to about the 1.5-yard line. Looks like the 2-yard line, and they get 3rd down again. So they now have 2 downs from the 2-yard line to score the touchdown. If they score here, the game's over. We're in overtime. Sudden death overtime. at this point because Army already had their chance to score. Lobano is going to take the snap. He's lined up at the 10-yard line. There's a snap. Oh, it's low, but he picks it up. He looks up and he throws. There's a penalty flag down. The reception is made, and that's Tiller. Jerome Tiller has made the reception, but there are penalty flags on the field. We'll see what the call is before we call it a touchdown. If it stands, that means that Navy will win this one in overtime.
We have
two fouls.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, offense. Or correction, defense. Pass interference, offense. Those passes offset, replay third down.
You probably heard that. It's offsetting penalties. There was a personal foul, hands to the face on part of the defense, and then offensive pass interference. So it is as if the play never happened. We're now back down to third down and goal to go from the 2 for Navy. They put the ball in the end zone once, but that's been called back on penalty. Let's see what they can do now. Third down and goal from the 2. Lobano at the 9. Takes the snap, looks up to the left. Now he's running up the middle, and he fumbles the ball. And there's another penalty flag. Things are getting a little testy out there now. Officials are telling their teams to huddle up. And they're discussing what's going on here. Here's the call.
Defense, half the distance to the goal, replay third down.
There was a penalty on the defense. I didn't quite hear what it was. Brings up half the distance to the goal. That's a ball is now at the 1-yard line. Third down. And this little drama still continues on here. They're 1 yard closer. Lobano takes the snap, runs, and there's now another penalty called. No? Yes. There's a motion penalty against Navy, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. It'll be third down and 6 yards to go. Third and goal to go from the 6 now. We're going back and forth here, and all of it's on penalties. Play after play after play. It just shows you the intensity with which this game is being played. Neither team wants to give up. Neither team wants to give an inch. They're giving everything they had to win this game. Lobano now at about the 14-yard line, ready to take the snap, which he does. Looks up. He's now under pressure, but he's got lots of room. He's going to pass to the end zone, and it's going to be out of the hands. Looks like Tiller may have been back there. He's slapping the ground thinking he should have had that, but it was off of his hands. Incomplete. Brings up fourth down now. Fourth and goal from the 6. And Navy calls a timeout. We have been in overtime here for a while with a lot of penalties, a lot of scrappy play going on. Again, neither team willing to concede an inch here. We have another need to go. All right, Navy breaks their huddle. Army breaks their huddle. They come back onto the field of play. Fourth down and goal to go from the 6-yard line for Navy. Navy has receivers out to the left, 3 of them. To the right, 1 of them. Lobano's in the backfield, a little bit of protection up front. Army guarding the goal line. Lobano takes the snap. He looks, he throws out to the left, and it is a touchdown to number 5. of the Navy. No, now we have penalties going on. Oh my goodness. What are we going to call here? Navy is celebrating.
It doesn't matter. It's a dead ball penalty.
It's a dead ball foul after the play. The play will stand. Navy scores a touchdown. That brings the score 20-14. And they win the game. The 19th meeting of these two teams is won by Navy 20-14. We'll see those teams congratulate each other. Really on a game well played, very competitive, very entertaining. A lot of pride at stake here, and it showed. They played their very best out here this afternoon. We appreciate our crew from the Bates Technical College Broadcast and Video Production Program for putting this program together. Being out here, running the remote truck, running cameras, and hopefully enjoying this as well. A little bit of a heated interchange there on the congratulations. That is not the best of sportsmanship, I might say. We'll get them separated. They'll get it all taken care of. As I said, there's a lot online, a lot on the line here in terms of pride and competitiveness. Again, I think that both teams played really, really well. Okay, that's it from here. Appreciate you joining us. Hope to see you again in a couple years. You might get a chance to be back here at JBLM for the annual Army-Navy football game. On behalf of our Bates crew and Bates Technical College and on College Vision, we wish you a good night.